Some of the things they may find that they realize and recognize and see will be fairies.
So that's possible.
That's possible.
That is possible. Okay.
You open your mind to a lot of things and you can see almost anything. And you can hear anything.
So you're saying that these people, like, once we do this, and the MK Ultra programming I got, the whole point of it is to awaken.
You awaken their inner spirit.
Yeah.
And what will happen is they may even regress and find their past life coming back to them.
Really?
And they may find that they have more knowledge than they thought they had.
Okay, hang on. Getting back to this is on the ghost dance here. What do you suppose, let's say I've got 1,000 people.
Right.
Okay. Who, I like the facing east thing, or maybe focusing on a point. I don't really want to have a sacred point, though, because that gets a little weird. So I want to try to keep it as general as we can. So,
well, if you keep it general, I would recommend north.
Why over east?
Well, north is, you're talking about a pole.
Right.
Polar point.
Right.
Everybody's facing one point.
Right.
And it doesn't matter where you are in the world.
Right.
It could be south or north.
But if you go east, wouldn't that just kind of create more energy and kind of spin around the planet?
No, it doesn't. Because you're trying to get everyone to focus. So you need a point to focus. North is a great focus, or south.
Well, with the programming, I suppose. Okay, so we'll say north. We'll say north for now. Okay,
yeah, I think north would be easier for you.
All right, whatever. And then we got. Then we got the quartz crystal, which is amping stuff out.
And besides your pentagram and your circle, you should have candles.
Oh yeah, there's candles in there. Sorry, I thought I told you that.
You put 5 candles at
one
5 points.
Right. Okay. So five burning candles, and no electrical lights at all.
No electrical lights at all.
Okay, that means no computer, no video screen,
Nothing.
none of that. Okay.
Nothing.
Now, let's say I've got 1,000 hardcore wogs.
Right.
Okay. Who crank their heads open using whatever means they see fit.
Yes.
Okay. Then they take in this programming. What do you suppose the percentage of reaction would be? Meaning, how many people would just, at the end of it, take the headphones off and go, that was bullshit, nothing happened there, versus people went, whoa, something's happening?
It depends on what your program is.
The program is, it's not really important. It's just this MK Ultra thing that I got. That the whole focus is essentially it's activation. I'm just going, wonk, turn your head on. That's it.
You're turning your head on. Well, they may find that
and personal empowerment. That's it.
Personal empowerment is what they will have, because
how many? Like out of 1,000, percentage-wise, roughly, give or take. I won't hold you to it.
I'd say about 80%.
80%. So like 800 people would have tangible result.
Oh yeah. They'll have results. Even the other 20% will have a result of one form or another.
So it doesn't. Okay, so you're saying 80%. So if I got 1,000 minimum, 1,000, that's like 800 people.
If they are all open.
Yeah, if they manage to get themselves open through whatever means they see fit.
If they're open, you may even have 100%, because when you're open to receiving a suggestion,
right,
it's like hypnosis.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you're open to receiving the suggestion, you are empowered.
Right. Now the thing is, though, is I'm looking for. I'm not just looking for I'm not trying to mass hypnotize people. I'm looking for tangible, physical result. I'm looking for there's a demon. Let's kill it. Put it on eBay.
No. What will happen is they may even all be able to levitate. They may all be able to communicate with one another mentally. You may open. You see, we only use a very minute portion of our brains.
Right. And if I the whole purpose of this thing is to broadcast, because I've taken, it's music that I've augmented in post-production because I got a manual from the 60s, okay,
right,
that has all the MK Ultra programming in it, and I've broken it down, and using technology we have now, it's very easy to put the right kind of brainwave on that to just stimulate the brain and to crank it open.
The thing is, you've got a lot of brain to crank open, and there's a lot of people who don't know what the rest of our brains do.
Well, I know, and that's my point, and that's why I want to turn it on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Turn it on. Yeah. You may find you have people who can raise up 2-ton blocks with their minds. You'll have people who will be able to do things that everybody said, oh, that's impossible.
Really?
Really. Because that's what happens when you open yourself.
And you're basing this upon what? Like, where do you get the authority to say that?
Well, it's general knowledge, even in science today.
In the Wiccan community, like there'd be another person who's a witch who'd pretty much agree with what you're saying here. You're not just a lone person saying
No,
this.
I'm not a lone person. A lot of the Wiccan people, when we get together, we communicate by touching one another, and we chant, and we feel a power within us. And there's many of us that can, all of a sudden, we can communicate mentally. We can levitate things. We can move from one realm to another. Astral projection is one of the things that I'm talking about. You
I've
can
heard of
go to Mars. So
there's a chance these people could astral project
and actually come to see you where you are.
Well, I think that generally they should probably, because all astral projection starts the same way. They see themselves.
That's right. No, but to see you.
Yeah,
they could leave where they are mentally and all be in front of you, looking at you. You won't see them. But
well, I'm going to be doing this at the same time.
Well, then you'll all be together. You will all have a force of a power together if you could do that. That's one of the things that...
but that will be proof of the supernatural, though. Because the whole purpose of Ghost Dance, of the operation, is to see that there is something. That's it. That's all I want. I don't care what happens. If people are bursting into flames, I could give a shit less. So long as everybody who takes part in Operation Ghost Dance is well aware of the threats and risks, but we're just, the wogs are sick of them, we're going to cut the shit.
Be prepared. Be prepared for all kinds of results.
Well, we're all about being prepared.
But it will happen.
Okay.
The supernatural is amazing. And there are a lot of good supernatural things, but there's a lot of bad.
Oh, really?
There's just as much evil in this world as there is good.
Necromancy. Necro, dead, mancy. Necro, meaning dead, is all about, it's the science of having to do with the dead. Talking to the dead, communicating with the dead. If they're dead, you're talking to them. That's necromancy. Now, there's fellas out there who've used necromancy in history. Professor John Dee was one. He was one of the advisors to the court of Queen Victoria. Ooh, really stretching the memory there. But he was an advisor of the royal court, and he used to claim that he was the founder of Enochian magic, which was magic of the angels. Woo! Which is actually demonology. But everybody wants their own slice of the pie. No, I'm not doing demonology. I'm doing Enochian magic, which isn't. No, dude, you're dealing with outworld entities, and they're technically angels, which makes them demons, which makes it demonology. But that's okay. That's okay. You can be all pushy. I'm not a hacker. I'm a cracker. Okay, whatever. Fine. Before there was this argument in our modern day context, this all went way back in history. People were always trying to define themselves. But for me, necromancy is anything involving the dead. Zombies, people reanimating the dead, necromancy, all of it. And in order quite often, which is something I've never seen in any films, you'll often have zombies, but you never actually see the necromancer. You never see the person who's controlling the zombies. Normally it's just, random zombies wandering around with no purpose or direction in life, collecting welfare, watching TV, things like that. It's a terrible film. But if you have a necromancer, a person going, "Go forth, my zombies, and bring me back the scantily clad virgins," this is much better. It makes for a more enjoyable film. Necromancers throughout history have been bad people. Reason why is because if you're controlling the dead, eventually the necromancer themselves dies, and the dead are waiting for them when they get across, because the dead really don't like being commanded by necromancers. This has been capitalized on huge by the fantasy genre, so you'll have quite these fantastic visions of necromancers. But to some degree, if you're having a seance, you all get together, hold hands around a table, and try to commune with the dead, necromancy, you betcha. And what's going to happen is they're generally going to be kind of pissed off with that. Necromancy is also Ouija boards. Ouija. French, yes. German, yes. Ouija. Developed in Egypt, brought up by the gypsies all throughout Europe. And then you have the modern Ouija board, which was never actually a board to start with. It was actually a ceremony done on cards, and they'd lay them all out. You can do it at home. I'll show you how to do it later. Anyway, anyone could do this. Very, very, very easy to do. But it is necromancy. And when you start dealing with that, whether or not it's the barrier between the lands of the living and the lands of the dead, things get a little bit fuzzy there. Because you can get a lot more tangible results when you're asking for specific things. A lot of freaky stuff has happened with Ouija boards. And I've been privy to some of it. I've seen some of it. So I've never seen, the guy ripping out of the ground, the eye and brain.